Hello, amazing people, and a huge, warm welcome to today's video. It is an absolute joy to have you here. Before we dive into this truly unique and surprising topic, I want to take a genuine moment to send my very best wishes to you and your loved ones. Wherever you are in the world, I truly hope you are feeling strong, healthy, and full of positive energy. Now, let's talk about one of the most bizarre and fascinating luxury products on Earth, a product that has a very strange and unexpected beginning because the world's most expensive coffee doesn't come from a pristine lab or a fancy machine. It comes from the digestive system of a small, cute, furry animal found in the forests of Southeast Asia. This coffee is called Kopi Luwak, and its story is one of the most incredible journeys from the forest to the cup that you could possibly imagine. The name itself gives a hint of its origin. Kopi is the Indonesian word for coffee, and luwak is the local name for the Asian palm civet, a small, cat-like mammal that roams the coffee plantations and forests at night. So, how in the world does a civet cat produce coffee? The process is entirely natural, albeit very unusual. It all starts with the civet's sophisticated taste buds. These animals are omnivores, meaning they eat both meat and plants, and they have a particular fondness for the sweet, red, ripe cherries that grow on coffee plants. A coffee cherry is the fruit that contains the coffee beans we know. Typically, each cherry holds 2 beans inside. Under the cover of darkness, the civets move through the plantations, sniffing out only the very best, ripest, and most perfect coffee cherries. They selectively eat these cherries, and this is the first and most crucial step in creating this exclusive coffee. Their keen sense of smell and taste acts as a natural quality control system, ensuring that only the finest fruit is selected. This selective eating is the first reason why this coffee is so special and so expensive. Once the civet eats the coffee cherries, its digestive system gets to work. This is where the magic or the science really happens. The civet's stomach acids and enzymes work on the coffee beans inside the cherry. The fleshy fruit of the cherry is digested in the stomach, but the beans themselves, which are very hard and dense, are not digested. Instead, they undergo a unique fermentation process as they pass through the animal's intestines. The enzymes, which are natural proteins that cause chemical changes, interact with the proteins in the coffee beans. This enzymatic fermentation is what alters the structure of the beans. It breaks down some of the proteins within the bean. Now, why is this important? Well, in regular coffee, proteins are one of the factors that contribute to bitterness when the coffee is brewed. By breaking down these specific proteins, the natural fermentation process inside the civet reduces the bitterness of the coffee beans. It also changes the flavor profile, making the resulting brew smoother, less acidic, and often described with complex notes of caramel, chocolate, and earthiness without the need for any added flavors. After a journey of about a day and a half through the civet's digestive system, the beans are then excreted, still intact but now fundamentally transformed. They are deposited on the forest floor, mixed with the civet's droppings. The next step is the harvest, and it is as labor-intensive as it sounds. Collecting these beans is not a job for the faint of heart. Local farmers and collectors must go into the plantations and forests at dawn to carefully gather the droppings before the harsh sun of the day can affect the beans. This is a painstaking process that requires a sharp eye and a lot of patience, as they must sift through leaves and dirt to find the precious droppings. This manual collection is the second major reason for the coffee's high cost. Once collected, the beans are far from ready to be roasted. They undergo an extensive and rigorous cleaning process. The beans are first washed thoroughly with clean water to remove all external matter. They are then typically fermented again in water for a short period to help remove the remaining parchment layer, the thin skin around the bean. After this, they are washed again and spread out on mats or tables to dry completely under the sun. This drying process is crucial and must be monitored carefully to prevent mold from forming. Only after the beans are completely dry are they sorted by hand and then roasted to perfection. The roasting process is the final step that brings out the unique, complex flavors that have been developing since the civet first ate the cherry. Now, with such a strange production method, you might wonder about safety. Is it safe to drink coffee that has passed through an animal's digestive system? The answer is a definitive yes, but only because of the intense processing it undergoes after collection. The combination of the natural fermentation, the extremely thorough washing, the additional water fermentation, the sun-drying, and most importantly, the high-temperature roasting, makes the beans perfectly safe. Roasting coffee requires temperatures exceeding 200 degrees Celsius, which is more than enough to kill any bacteria or pathogens that might be present. The resulting coffee is sterile and safe to consume. The high price of Kopi Luwak, which can easily reach hundreds of dollars for a single pound, is not just due to the strange story or the labor involved. It's also a result of its extreme rarity. A civet only produces a small amount of these beans each day, and it takes many thousands of beans to make just 1 kilogram of finished coffee. This scarcity, combined with the high demand from curious coffee connoisseurs around the world, drives the price to incredible heights. However, the story of Kopi Luwak has a very important and serious side that must be addressed. The popularity and high price of this coffee have, unfortunately, led to serious ethical problems. To meet the demand, some unscrupulous operators have created civet farms where these wild animals are captured and kept in small, cramped cages. They are then force-fed a diet of coffee cherries, which is not their natural or complete diet. This is incredibly cruel and stressful for the animals, and it also produces an inferior product. A stressed, sick civet in a cage cannot selectively choose the best cherries like its wild counterparts can. It will eat whatever it is given. The resulting coffee lacks the quality and unique characteristics of truly wild-sourced Kopi Luwak. For this reason, it is incredibly important for consumers to be very careful and only buy from sources that can guarantee their coffee is ethically sourced from wild, free-roaming civets. Organizations are now working to certify ethical production to protect these animals. The story of Kopi Luwak is a tale of nature's strange alchemy, human curiosity, and the importance of ethical responsibility. It's a reminder that the most luxurious products often have the most extraordinary origins, and that we must always be aware of the impact of our choices. Thank you so much for joining me on this incredible journey. Take care of yourselves and each other, and I'll see you in the next video.